So I think this is the third installment of this series on reviewing the AFI list. It sucks that I don't have any better recording software. I could probably buy some, but it's not really worth it for what I'm doing. If I like make it big on YouTube or become a film critic overnight, which is not going to happen overnight, but then I'll do something about it. So I was on the third man last time from Orson Welles. It's not much to comment on there. That's just deplorable how they dropped that film. Here's another film that was kind of curious. Fantasia from 1940. Groundbreaking animated film from Disney at the time. It was arguably the greatest animated film of all time. And, they completely dissed it, dropped it out of the top 100 from number 58. What are you going to say? Here's another movie I had ranked pretty high on my top 200 list, which you can find on Watch Mojo's comment section. Rebel Without a Cause from 1955. Had more of a feel, kind of a 1960 film, but starring the great James Dean, who of course died before the film came out from the epic car crash. Said epic kind of sarcastically, but also starring Natalie Wood, who I had a big crush on as a child growing up because I thought she was really hot in this film, to be honest. And it starred, what's that guy's, the actor's name? He's real well known, but anyway, the one that was kind of shy and stuff, and he was actually gay, it turned out. I'm not sure if it was known about in his lifetime. I think he had affairs with Tab Hunter and maybe Rock Hudson or something like that. Anyway, so it's not the point talking about this movie. And of course James Dean did other great films like Giant. Let me see. Having trouble thinking of him. I guess I said the only movie this one. So, he had a very short and tragic career, but he made some big blockbuster films that are still considered to this day to be one of the best. Rebel Without a Cause was number 59 on their 1998 AFI list. 2007, what happened? It just dropped off the face of the earth. If anything, I would have thought this film would have gotten higher on the list, but again, maybe part of its success is because it came out, I guess, after, correct me if I'm wrong, but after James Dean passed. You can consider that, you can kind of place that along with Heath Ledger. He died before the premiere of The Dark Knight, and so all of a sudden, The Dark Knight wouldn't have been much more revered than the other Batman films. It was claimed to be the best film of all time and all this crap, and it was even listed pretty high on Watch Mojo's top 10 movies of all time list. But that's what people, especially Americans, tend to do. Not to give you a lesson on humanities and psychology, but when someone dies or someone big dies, famous, for example, Prince recently, 99% of today's generation, social media, had never heard his songs, didn't know anything about him. All of a sudden, when he died, his songs went up to number 1 on the Billboard charts. He was said one of the greatest people in history. You can say the same thing about Michael Jackson, from child beater, wife beater, changing his skin color, and lots of vanity and mental illness too, if you ask me, to all of a sudden being this great hero. And I'm not trying to make this too political or put too much controversy on this, but some of the victims in the Pulse nightclub, none of them deserve to die. I'm not saying that, but They were all hailed as heroes, when in fact, I can guarantee you that probably maybe 10% or so of them were druggies, they probably raped their wives, raped women, I'm just trying to point out that nobody's perfect, but the media and whoever portrays them is perfect, so, it's sad that they died, but at the same time, no need to, without knowing stuff, just assume that they're these great heroes. There were heroes there that night, but anyway, so I've gone off the point. So I was reviewing Football Without a Cause, which I placed pretty high on my top 200 list, my first top 200 list. So let's see. Stagecoach from 1939, often regarded as one of the greatest westerns of all time. From 1939, the golden year in Hollywood. It was ranked 63rd. It starred the young John Wayne in his breakout role. I'm trying to think who else it starred. Well, looking at the page, I couldn't remember. Directed by John Ford, I think. All those legendary Ford directors and actors. But anyway, so... And it has a 100%, which is really something for a movie of its magnitude, 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Has that changed in the last 10 years since the 2007 list? No. Why was it dropped out? It'd just be interesting to see what reasons they had for this kind of stuff. You have Close Encounters of the Third Kind from Steven Spielberg, 1977. I think same year as Star Wars came out. I don't know if I ever saw this movie actually, but all of his films are epics, pretty much. Can't say too much about it being dropped out of the top 100, but again, there's probably not much of a reason for it. We've got Silence of the Lambs dropped from 1991, dropped from 65 to 74. I can kind of see that, maybe it's a bit blown up, dramatic, and even not that scary. More weird than anything, I guess, at the time. But, let's see. The Manchurian Candidate from 1962. I've seen bits and parts of that movie. It was a really good movie. I don't think they should have dropped it out of the top 100. I definitely didn't in my updated list, I don't think. An American in Paris from the egotistical Gene Kelly. Directed by Stanley Donen, the so-called, I don't know what you want to call him, Playboy director or whatever, but there's been some controversies between him and Gene Kelly over the years, kind of questioning how much, it's kind of more like, even though Gene Kelly acted in the films, he was kind of the director too, and Stanley Donen just went along for the ride. But, how much of that is true? So, An American in Paris, this was another groundbreaking film from 1951. It's considered to be his second greatest film overall. And, it was a groundbreaking film. Of course, Gene Kelly doing all his dancing and stuff. He wasn't that young then either, I don't think. He's probably in his 40s or maybe like 30s, but that scene of him dancing in that kind of, I don't know how to put it, magical setting with Jerry, I think it was Jerry, the cartoon character, the mouse from Tom and Jerry. For the time, that was groundbreaking. So you have to consider that too. And it was, I think if it's not 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, it's up there. So why they dropped that from 68 to out of the top 100, you got me. Forrest Gump from 94, dropped from 71 to 76. Again, being from Alabama, I've seen that a lot, but I guess kind of maybe it was larger than life, and so contemporary critics maybe thought it was a bit overblown or whatever, and that's why they dropped him. Anyway, I'll be back with yet again another installment in the next video, guys. I'll see you then.